My decision to come to Ghana was largely based around the support that I was getting from people here in Ghana for my music. I released a music video for a song called Something Spiritual, and I had a follower on Instagram who was just really supportive of me, like always hitting me up, encouraging me, and he let me know that he really seemed to believe in my artistry.
Boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American in West Africa. And if you want to hear from an artist that would leave Chicago and move to Ghana to pursue music, then this is the video for you. All right, cool. So today we are meeting up with Supah for part one of the two-part interview series. Today, we're gonna talk to Supah about his life in Chicago. He went to the Donda Academy, which later named to another name, and he's had a storied career in music, and he's gonna share with us his experience leaving the United States, Chicago to be exact, and moving to Accra, Ghana. We're gonna hear all about that. So, check it out. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American in Accra, Ghana. And I'm back with another episode of Authentic African Musicians. And today, I'm here with the underground contemporary artist from the south side of Chicago, 7-6 Supah. He's had features and worked with the likes of G Herbo and Young Chop. He performed with Chance the Rapper at the inaugural Black Star Line Festival. In January of 2023, Supah and Yosan Tala from the Bad Girls Club collaborated and created a revolutionary album called The Inseparable Ones. The music is a fusion of the best of both worlds with Orisha and hip-hop culture perfectly blended, working to bridge the gap between Africans and the diaspora. He has multiple songs out with platinum producer Hotwire Beats, Hotwire Got Beats, who produced the hit record I Ain't Worried About Nothing for French Montana. He recently released the single Bob Marley, which I got a chance to hear, and I'm really excited to talk to him. So I am here with the one and only 7-6 Supah.
Thank you so much for having me, Joe. You prefer Joe or Authentic African?
Joe. Okay. Yeah. Well, quick story. Authentic African is the channel, but I'm not Authentic African. The idea is to sell authentic African experiences. God. It's funny, though, when I was working at my job, people were like, you're not authentic African. You were born in the States. So anyway, that was the thing that would come up. Here's, we met at Masa and Kenye's restaurant, Freetown Chop House. We were there for their karaoke night, it was a good time. You performed a couple songs. They were like, you need to meet Supah. He's an artist here. He performed at Black Star Line Festival. I was like, oh yeah, definitely to talk to you. So we started talking. I told you I want to interview you. So today we're gonna do two-part interview. And we're gonna talk to Supah about his musical career and his move to Ghana. And then we're also, part two, gonna ask him about his lovely wife, how he got married, how they met, all that kind of stuff. She's a Ghanaian, so I think that'll be interesting for you guys too. So we'll talk about that too. All right, cool. So before we get into the music, which I do want to talk about, and of course get into the relationship stuff, I want to talk to you about your background. First and foremost, I know you're obviously from the south side of Chicago, but tell us a little bit about like where you were born and raised and what got you into music in the first place.
Yeah, so I was actually born on the west side of Chicago. West side, yeah, Maywood. I was born in Loyola Hospital, take it way back, okay. And then I moved to Riverdale, which is a south suburb of Chicago. It's the closest suburb to the city of Chicago, but I spent a lot of time in the city. I went to Pimoni High School. From there, I went to St. Xavier University. That's where I studied business and marketing, got into music and dance.
Okay, so you study business and marketing. So I was gonna ask about that. So smart move, right? If you're gonna be in music to study business and marketing. But did you study business and marketing with the intent to go into music and to have like a background in business and marketing? Or were you planning to actually work a full career in the marketing realm?
Yeah, I was planning to work a full career in the marketing realm. I always wanted to be somebody that would, increase profits, cut losses, probably give it a company like Deloitte or something. But most importantly, I wanted to go to school to build a network of people that I could build my own business with and, snowball with like mine.
Hey, when you decided you were finished, did you work in that realm? What was your plan? Were you planning to kind of pursue that? And then how did you get into music?
I started doing music before I got into college. Okay, it was late in high school. I got a story, got suspended. Okay, had some time away from school, had a lot going on in my life. It was like, let me take this to the pages, get the writing. Okay, created a mixtape. During that time, a lot of people thought I was locked up for whatever reason. Okay, because I wasn't at school, and there was no phone, all that kind of stuff. And so I was trending because people thought I was Miguel, so they're like, free super, free super, free super. So okay, my homies was getting ready to drop a mixtape called Free Super, just in my honor, I guess. And I was like, man, if y'all gonna do a tape called Free Super, I gotta be on this. And that's where I started rapping. I was already good at writing. I already had a love of words and music, so I was like, why not? Y'all gonna make a tape after my name? Look at make some songs. I ended up doing most of the songs on the project, and I didn't ever stop.
I understand that you were a writer and you knew how to write, but it's a lot to go from being someone who writes to actually perform and to get on tracks, getting in the studio and all of that. So how did you get from, okay, you heard that they were working on a mixtape called Free Super, to actually getting in the studio, recording music, and getting on tracks and working at most of the Free Super mixtape?
There's nothing more dangerous, even more dangerous than all of the world's militaries, is an idea whose time has come. Okay. And I feel like that idea's time. Okay, for me to be actually in the studio, it just made sense. I was already writing, but once I found out they were doing that project named after me, it was just like it was a no-brainer. Okay, and so I started writing songs that I thought would be good, that would explain who I was, and all of the songs that I did were by myself. I didn't hop on any feature songs. Had a lot of different artists on it, because I had a collective I was a part of. So you got a lot of artists in on three.
That is an interesting story. I mean, most artists that I know, it's like a longer process to get into it. It's kind of like you just jumped right into it. Obviously, you were a natural. You ended up doing most of the songs on the mixtape. Let's fast forward to the decision to move to Ghana. How did that come about? How often had you been coming to Ghana? Before even the decision to move to Ghana, the decision to come to Ghana in the first place. How did that come about? What happened that made you decide you wanted to come to Ghana?
My decision to come to Ghana was largely based around the support that I was getting from people here in Ghana for my music. I released a music video for a song called Something Spiritual, and I had a follower on Instagram who was just really supportive of me, like always hitting me up, encouraging me, and he let me know that he really seemed to believe in my artistry. And so we became friends. But one day I was just kind of down on my luck, having a bad day. Yeah. And he was like, man, why don't you just forget all of that stuff? Come to Ghana. Okay. So, and I was like, come to Ghana? I never even considered it. Yeah. And then I was like, why not?
And he was from Ghana.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yo, the following. Yeah. Yeah. I ended up coming out here. I stayed for about a week or so, maybe a little longer. I stayed over there with him. He got me a performance slot, opening up for a big artist here. Okay. And yeah, it was love and just the support that I get from other artists, producers, people here in Ghana. I love it. Very, not invigorating, but that's what I was gonna say to you. So it's not invigorating, but it's like it doesn't make me believe in myself, but it just, I don't know how to explain it. It's empowering. It's empowering. That's the word. It's like the spirit of the people, the way that they approach me towards the music. Yeah, off back, it's just like, we with you, we support you.
So when you got back home, obviously you had a good experience, right? And so I'm sure you knew you wanted to come back. How long before you came back again? And then how often did you come back before you decided to make a move?
I started coming back every winter because I do not like the snow and the weather in Chicago. So if you're on that, it always seemed like the perfect time once it gets cold. Yeah, come over here and it's nice. Cool breeze. Yeah, every winter I would make sure that I took a trip to Donda since 2018.
What happened during the year of the global sickness, 2020? Did you come here that year too?
Vax. Okay, go get that vax. Unfortunately, yeah. Sorry. All the anti-vaxxers out there. Yeah, I'm an anti-vaxxer too, but I was in love. Yeah, there wasn't nothing gonna stop me. You feel me? I has it, Catra. Roll up the sleeves, as Kanye say. Yeah.
And then we had to do it because if not, you weren't going to be able to come and see,
right,
your loves, right?
That wasn't the option. So
okay, all right, and we'll get into that a little bit later. I definitely want to talk about that, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So you started coming here more often, and then you decided to move here. You moved here for love, right? Basically. So when did you move to Ghana?
I came in February 2022.
Okay.
Went home, got some things together, and then came back again in July.
Now, how did you prep to move? You know, that's a big move. Chicago to Accra, right? So how did you prep to move? Like, what did you do with your stuff in storage, all of that stuff? How did you handle your stuff, like your life back home?
Yeah, I just basically left my belongings with somebody that I trust, and just, there's the big teamwork, like collaborative effort with my wife. She made everything very easy for me in terms of preparing a space for me here, and making sure I had everything that I needed. I didn't feel like it was a very difficult transition, but
It's okay. So we talked a little bit about the move to Ghana, but I actually want to get back to your beginnings because I didn't even ask you the name 76 Supah. Where does that come from, and how did you come up with the name?
right. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a part of a collective called the Tribe that I actually was a founder of. The Tribe, we have something called Order 76, like a manifesto of how to live, how to get closer to perfection. Really like spiritual and spiritual principles, of self-development. And so, yeah, it was called Order 76. So I used to go by the name Super Tribe, but the collective we formed was so big and so popular in the city that I started to run into a lot of people who were saying that they was a part of our collective. Yeah, wasn't really a part of our collective. Okay, so I wanted to emphasize that instead of just saying I was Tribe, I was 7-6. Because I knew that if you know what 7-6 is, then you real Tribe. Oh, know what I mean? Yeah. So instead of calling myself Super Tribe, I dropped the Tribe with 7-6 at the front. And I went with 7-6 Super. And I really like the alliteration.
Yeah.
My logo is like 3 S's and they look dope.
In terms of the Supah, so where did the name Supah come from?
In addition to the collective being, Order 76 with these spiritual principles and ways for self-development, there's a dance group as well, which really helped to spread the culture, with Chicago footworkers, some of the best in the city. That was my name. In footworking, you're not a popular dancer until you have a nickname. So that was the name that was given to me, and I stuck with it. They started calling me Super, and I roll with it.
Yeah, that Chicago footwork is something else. I can't do it. I've seen it.
You can do it.
I mean, sure, you can. I can't. So
With practice, getting somebody to class into you
and the right teacher, right? Yeah, it's dope to see like different dances from different regions. And like it habits, like a whole world is built out of these dances, right? So that's really cool.
So you were a dancer first?
Yep.
I was dancing first.
Okay, I didn't even know that. So the name Supah came from your dancing world. So there was always an element of creative and around music.
And a lot of my musical inspirations were rooted in the footwork culture. I spend more time listening to footwork culture than I did a lot of rap and hip hop. So I like to think that somehow it would influence me as an artist, and my flows and things like that.
And before we get back to life in Ghana, I wanted to ask you because I'm familiar with Donda House tangentially, not really that familiar with it, just following someone like Kanye's career being from Chicago. I'm from New York, so I don't know a lot about what happens in Chicago, but can you talk about that experience? Because I remember him talking about it. I feel like Rhyme Fest was someone who helped set it up, right? I'm familiar with Rhyme Fest because I love that song Brand New. Brand New? Yeah, I used to love that song. Can you talk a little bit about Donda House and that experience and what it did for you in terms of your musical career?
After releasing the Free Supah album,
Yeah.
or the mixtape rather, I was considered a rapper. Now I was just making music. I didn't look at myself very much like a rapper. But one day I was in a meeting, was at Juke producers and this lady who would then become my manager.
Okay.
And they were looking for artists to rap over Juke beats. It's own brand for me because it's like I'm a rapper. I've always been a footworker. They were looking for artists, and I'm sitting in the room just twiddling my thumbs like, this don't have nothing to do with me. Like, somebody is in the room and they're like, Supah's a rapper, he can do it. I'm like, damn, I guess you're right. And so that started my relationship with my manager. We got a lot of great work done, and she was really good. And so she wanted to find a program for me that would help to develop my artistry.
Okay.
And Donda's House was coming out around that time. I think maybe they had one season prior to when I got there and one class prior to when I got there. So fast forward, Donda's House, which is formerly known as Donda's House.
Okay.
It was changed to Art of Culture.
Okay.
And the reason it was changed, I don't want to get too much into it, so I don't know the intricacy, because there was some type of issue with the name Donda's House. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Donda's House was an amazing program in terms of my artist development because I got to work with other artists, see what it was like to work in a group, to be able to create projects. I got to work with not only Rhymefest, who became a very close mentor for me, but he also brought a lot of really dope people into the fold to come to work with us. Yeah, people like No ID, Killer Mike, man, GLC, so many people I can name that came to work with us one on one right on the south side of Chicago, and there was a really great time in my life to be able. I was still in school at St. Xavier at the time. Like, okay, so in between classes, it was cool to kind of tell people like, I'm gonna got to get over here to my artist development program. But it gave me a space to be able to compare my artistry to other artists in the city and see what it is that I have to offer. Okay, how I differ from other artists and really to appreciate my own sound and value. It was great, man. Just looking back on it, Ronfest was definitely somebody that I appreciated building a relationship with because he has so many insiders and so many tips. He's very wise. And he became a really great mentor for me, somebody that I still keep in close contact with.
Yeah. I mean, I'd heard of it, and with all the controversy surrounding Kanye, I've been a Kanye fan. I have some challenges in certain things that he does, but it's important to highlight some of the things that he had done, and the things that because he's always attempting to do the right thing, even if sometimes it might be misguided or he has some challenges executing. And so you're the only person I've ever met that's gone through the program, and so I wanted to hear from you what your experience was. So I'm happy to hear that it was a positive one and pivotal one, obviously. What goes with like lifelong relationships. So that's really dope. That's really dope. Okay, cool. So I want to get back to the move to Ghana, right? Okay. So you did mention obviously you met the love of your life, someone who you decided to marry, of course. So we're gonna talk about that in part 2. I want to go past that a little bit to the music scene here, the Black Star Line Festival. We'll start with that. So the Black Star Line Festival, the inaugural Black Star Line Festival happened January 6th. It's an interesting day. January 6th, right? 2023. I was actually in Sierra Leone. I wasn't here. But I saw everybody posting it and everybody was talking about it. It was a big deal. And you were on stage at the Black Star Line Festival. First of all, what was the experience like? Because I heard there were a lot of Chicago Bulls jerseys. Masa and Kenya from Chicago. They spent a lot of time in Chicago, so they love Chicago. They were very excited about it. What was it like for you as a Chicagoan being here in Ghana and having that festival represent kind of the diaspora, Chicago, Ghana, like all in one? What was that like for you?
It was like another idea of whose time has come.
Okay.
But no, yeah. They actually, Chance and Vic and the rest of the people who were involved with the creation of the event, yeah, they actually started planning it a year ago to that day. Okay. So January 6th, the prior year, they started working on it and it came into fruition exactly a year later.
In 1 year, wow.
1 year. Okay. It was based on the philosophies of Marcus Garvey and the book Africa Must Unite by Kwame Nkrumah. It's surreal, to say the least. Like, first of all, I gotta say, ever since I first came to Ghana in 2018, I fell in love with the music. One night I was at a club, I heard a song playing. I remember just putting my head real close to the speaker. Okay. And I was like, this is the future. Okay. It was just speaking to me. I was like, this is the future. I was like, everybody in America is going to be listening to this. That was in 2018. And sure enough, when I came back, that's when they started having Sheila O on the radio for Afro Beats. It was almost like the same week I got back. They had a whole hour on the main radio station out there, Power 92. Yeah, shout out to everybody at Power 92. Yo, Kendra G is. Kendra G is actually on 107.5. Shout out to WGCI 107. Oh, so because I saw you met her too. You guys met up with her actually. Yeah. Those are the two main radio stations in Chicago. Okay, WGCI is considered to be a little bit more commercial, I would say, and Power 92 is probably a little bit more for the streets. Okay, but they go hand in hand. Shout out to both.
Okay, so you met a lot of people at the event, right? I mean, I saw you met Erykah Badu, you met up with Kendra G, obviously Chance's brother, and a few other folks, Vic Mensa, obviously. How did you end up on stage, though? That's the question I have for you is, like, how did that all come about?
It was an idea whose time has come, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Theme.
That's the theme. So that's why I say it was so surreal, because having come from Chicago to Ghana, yeah, without the intention of even running into a Chance or a Vic or, just coming to work with Ghanaian artists and to have people from my city come shortly after I make my transition, it was amazing. So me and Vic, go way back. I've done shows with him in the city when I was still footwork, and I used to do footwork shows and things like that. So that's how we first connected. So when I heard he was going to be here, I just started texting him and letting him know, like, yo, I'm still out here in Ghana. sending videos of me dancing out in the village and doing dope stuff. And he's like, yo, it'd be dope if we could get you footworking and stuff like that. So I was like, man, you know, I'm here, whatever y'all need. The Chance touched down. I went and met him because it was a week-long festival. Okay. So I got up with them at, they had a summit. Yeah, so when Chance came for the summit, you know, I went to go talk with him. We had already been in talks a few years ago, back when we was going through the Juke Juke music video. And so, he's familiar with me and my works as a dancer. Big Miss is familiar with me with my works as a dancer. So being that I was here and they have a festival going on, it was a no-brainer to be like, you know, let's bring that Chicago energy. Right. We got one of the best co-workers here from the city. Let's get him on stage. And nice. Threw me my artist passes, you know, and he rocked out.
For the rest of the show, you had good seats.
I had great seats. Yeah, I had great seats, all access pass, man. Yeah. On stage, backstage, you know, it was nice.
I'm guessing in perpetuity, you're just gonna have the backstage, or at least access to the stuff Black Starlight Festival, right? And they're doing it again next year, right? Of course, right? Yeah, I've heard that they're doing it again.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense not to.
Yeah, that was huge. And I mean, everybody talking about it because there are other festivals that have been here multiple years, right? One thrown by Live Nation where they had to shut down early. Afrocella actually, or Afrofuture now, I think, went off without a hitch pretty much. They had really good headliners. But the thing that people are talking about the most is the Black Star Line Festival because it was so long without any major issues.
Right.
And it's his first time it was done. Like I was here for the other major festivals in 2019, and these are festivals that have been in other cities and had done other times here in Ghana. And there were a lot of talent. So the fact that this went off without a hitch, everybody I spoke to said it was by far the best produced event. So shout out to Chance and Vic for putting that together. And in all the performances, T-Pain went viral, Erykah Badu went viral, right? Everybody loves a little bit of Erykah Badu. So that was actually really dope. And then I heard it went to like 8 a.m. the next day or beyond that, right? Like,
yeah, it was about 7 in the morning.
7 in the morning, okay. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible.
The sun was up. Okay, the sun was up.
All right, so we talked about Black Star Line,
and I wanna shout out to the spirit of Marcus Garvey also, because just like you said, was that event being able to go off without a hitch and be as successful as it was, you know, that was a fruition of his ideas, his planning, yeah, you know, coming into fruition. So definitely wanna honor them always.
Absolutely. 100%. One of the pivotal Pan-Africanists. My nephew is actually named Marcus Garvey. My sister Tibika says.
Was he at the Black Star Line Fest?
No. He's a young kid. He's like 16.
Okay, I met a guy at the fest. He said his name was Marcus Garvey too, and I didn't believe him. And then his grandmother was right there. She's like, I named him. Like, damn, bro,
that's dope. The fact that then they could go full circle and come to Ghana and be at the Black Star Line Festival, that's really dope. That's really dope. We talked a little bit about Black Star Line Festival. We talked about your move here. I do want to ask you about your experience here making music, because there are a lot of people who are out there thinking about relocating, repatriating, and most of the people who do it outside of the creative spaces, right? They're like content creators, maybe in terms of creative, but generally most people I talk to are in other realms of business. So it's good to have you here as someone who started a music career in the United States and are continuing your music career here in Ghana. Talk to us a little bit about your experience working with producers here, working with other artists. What has that experience been like?
It's been character building. Our value is not determined by what we are, but where we are. Okay. Prime example, you know, like we said with the water bottles, it's like a water bottle sold here might be $1. Water bottle sold there might be $5. Water bottle sold here might be 10. Right. So
same brand,
same bottle. So it's about where you place yourself. So if you're an artist and you're looking to be able to get more value out of what you do, get more appreciation for your art and things like that, I would say Ghana is definitely one of those places where your value is higher. In terms of working with producers and other artists, it's been like I said, it's been character building. Yeah, it's been an amazing experience. The main thing is the support. You know, the support, the positive energy around the music. It's unlike anywhere I've ever been. I've been to New York. Yeah, I've been to, you know, of course, all over Chicago, Florida. I get love in those places too, but it's not like here in Ghana. So I definitely think that it's a great place for artists to come. I've been working with, Money Beast, I recorded with last night. Too much name dropped to A-Swag, you know, Reggie Rockstone. He's been showing love. He's been like a mentor for me out there in Ghana. He's one of the ODs. Yeah, started Hip Light. So everybody's down to work. Everybody wants to make something happen. And everybody's hungry and they ready to grind and get it. So they beat it.
Any challenges you see? You know, I do like to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I mean, we all would love to see come into the continent of Africa through rose-colored glasses, but I've seen far too many people come here not knowing the full spectrum of what to experience. So, are there some of the challenges that you've seen making music here, and then how have you navigated them and come up with solutions to deal with those challenges?
I thought about this, and maybe I'm a glass half full kind of guy, you know, but I don't really see any challenges. I don't really see obstacles. I don't see anything that hinders anybody who has the consistency. I don't see anything stopping anybody from being successful there. Like, I haven't run into any challenges. I find things to be going very smooth. I've been able to network well, you know. I've been able to, you know, secure nice performances. After gathering a team, I have producers, I have videographers, I have a camera guy comes around and shows up wherever I'm going to make sure we get content. You know, I'm meeting other artists. I don't know what more I can ask for. I have dope scenery to shoot videos. I don't see the downside. If somebody else has the challenges, let me know so I could better prepare when they come. But sure. You know, things are smooth flowing over here.
Did you have management before you left in the States?
Management before I left? No.
Do you have a manager here, or do you handle all your own stuff?
Right now, I'm handling my own stuff. I have a team of people that I work with, and I do my best to delegate tasks through and things. But in terms of an actual manager, right now, you know, contact me direct.
Where can people find? Because I mean, obviously I've heard the Bob Marley single, and I heard another song that I know your wife loves a lot, because that was what I felt like you were for her. Yeah, songs are dope. I like the music a lot. Where can people find your music?
I'm on all social media platforms, all streaming platforms, under the name 76. So that's SDVENSIXSUPAH. Please make sure y'all follow me, shoot me a message. Let me know you saw this interview, reach out. I love connecting with my fans. That's a big reason why I do this. So again, that's 76 Supah, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. Spotify, you know, follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere, you know.
On all platforms. On that note, anything else that I didn't ask you, or any advice you want to give to anyone planning to move together?
I think you did a great job here today. Yeah, thank you so much, Joe, for the opportunity to showcase my talent, to showcase my story, to encourage people to come to Ghana. I do believe in bridging the gap between the continent and the diaspora. Yeah, so Africans all over, you know. I'm from the Na tribe, the North American African tribe. So, you know, representing for the Na tribe right here.
I like that, the Na tribe. And then, of course, your wife, Gracelyn, is here with us. I do want her to come over and just say hi really quickly for the camera before we get into it. So we're going to do a part 2 of an interview where I'm going to interview Supah and Gracelyn. But I just wanted her to come say hi so you get a little preview before we get started. She's coming over here slowly but surely on Ghana Man time. So there's Gracelyn. So Gracelyn is Ghanaian. Supah is American from the North American African, or the Na tribe, North American African tribe. So we're going to talk to them both about their experience meeting each other, how they both saw it, and also what it's like to be married to an American or married to a Ghanaian. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys on the next video.
All right, guys, so that was part 1 of the 2-part interview series with Supah. You got a chance to hear a little bit from Supah himself about his story, his origin story. Now, if you want to see more interviews with other musicians, click down here. And if you want to see more music and nightlife stuff, click up here. And then don't forget to subscribe over here. All right, guys, see you on the next video.